Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Smart CRM Coaching with Mona Karda, episode 3 on Tuesday, August the 24th, 2021. Enjoy. Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome. So this is episode 3. The first episode, we talked a little bit about just how to edit your profile, how to create your profile. That would have been on the the right-hand side up here, where you would click on My Profile, and you're able to put in all your information here. You can find that on the YouTube channel. If you go under, it's a good question. If you go to my website, I don't even know what the actual YouTube channel is. I should know that and put it here. But if you go to my website, which is just monakarda.com, and if you click on where it says YouTube, here we go. So my YouTube channel is Mona Karda Realtor. You can go ahead and subscribe to it. That way, whenever there's a new video that comes up, you'll be aware of it. You'll receive a notification. But all the trainings are in here. So you can click and just kind of go all the way back and, take it back to the beginning, all the way to week 1 by clicking on videos. So that's monakarda.com. That's where you can find that on the top right here. Going back to the profile. So this would be editing your profile. Last week for episode 2, we discussed how to import your leads. That was through your lead engine. And if you click here, you will see on the top right where it says bulk lead import. So manage your settings here. And you can click on Let Us Handle It, which is, of course, KvCore themselves, or do it yourself. They recommend that you let them handle it for you. So you can submit your file. You can just follow the steps. There's a short little video on what they expect you to do before you submit your file in. So this is really important for you to do. You need to have your leads set up into the system. So if we go to Smart CRM here on the left-hand side, you'll see that all your contacts will generate here. I have, for just privacy purposes, I have taken away the first name of clients just so that these sessions are being recorded. So we don't want everybody to know. So anyway, I have done that here, but I wanted to show this week the importance of having this database. And, we talked about how to import your leads, how to edit your profile. I really wanted to kind of take today's session, and I'm not even sure what the name of this session is going to be, but it's, maybe just familiarizing yourself with each of the platforms or tabs, just so that you understand what are you looking at. And that might help you in figuring out, sorry, just going to let some people in. That will help you in figuring out how you want to customize your contacts, which is something that you do have to do when you're importing your leads. So, I've been now with eXp since April 1st of 2020. I basically, forgot about those basics up until a recent agent of ours, Summit, asked me this question, and I had to really think about it and say, you know what, you're right. Like, this is an important step and that you should know this. So this is one of the reasons why I want to share this step with everybody. When you are opening up your Smart CRM and your leads are being imported, this is what you will view. This is what it will look like. You can see, I decided my view to only have last names, just because of the purpose of this Zoom recording. Obviously, you would have first name and last name. The status, is it a sphere? Are they looking to be a buyer, seller? What is this lead? And what is this rating of this lead? Is this a 5-star, 3-star, 4-star? And again, the star rating is up to you. The way KvCore has explained it is typically a 5-star is supposed to be the best. 1-star is not the best. Now, you can rate this the way you want. Some people call it like a hot lead or a warm lead. So, you can kind of come up with your own criteria and your own I guess, what is the word I'm looking for here, but like the way you want to categorize each of your leads in the system. Activity will show like how many times calls have been made, emails have been sent, and the red is of course text message. Okay, you can also add location, the interest. If you want to show this on your screen, you can. What are they interested in? Last time they visited your website, when was the lead created, and the source. Was it a manual lead? Was it a direct website? Was it a paid lead? Like, how did they actually come onto your KvCore lead system? And of course, the next actions, like what's the next steps? Okay, and of course, who is it owned by? So if I click here, I can also view how I want to see this page. So I can view it by doing 100 rows or by 250 rows, depending on the way you want to view your screen. The other day, an agent asked me, I want to send out a mass email to all my buyers, okay? And sorry, let me click on, actually, let me click on buyers, 1 second. So as it's bringing up, instead of having to go through it by one, you can actually do a mass email. And if you can get as many on one page, which is what I've done here, 250 rows, at 4 pages, it's a lot easier than having to do, let's say, 50 at how many pages that would be. So by clicking here, I can click on mass email, and then everybody would receive that on that page, okay, regarding whatever the email is going to be. So I can create my own template, or perhaps I have a template in place, depending on what it is, and then I would click send. Then I would go scroll all the way to the bottom, and go to the next page and do the exact same thing, okay? Now, that's obviously if I want to send out a mass email, okay, or a mass text message. That would be the reason why I would want to have 250 rows on one page. But typically, I like to see like 100. I think 100 is good. I like to go through them page by page. You may not have as many contacts in your database, and that's okay. You will, as you continue to utilize KvCore for the advantages of promoting listings and receiving, not only paid leads, but also organic leads as well. So as you continue with these sessions, I'll be sharing a lot of that with you. So back to how you can view your database. So if you click on columns here, you can actually categorize this. So maybe you might think, well, I'm not really using rating. I don't know if I want to actually see that on this page. So you can just scroll down where it says rating and check that off, and then the rating will be gone. Maybe you also don't really care to see when it was created, when the lead was created, although I do think that's a very important one. You should keep that. Activity is also very important. But you can customize this to the way that you want and how you want to see this. So this is definitely preference. Go through it and just, take a few minutes and just pick the way you'd like to customize your dashboard for your smart CRM. The subcategories up here, we will get into that as well. This is very important, and I think I have done a session on it already. You can go back to it, but I will do a deep dive in it later. Just wanted to show you a dashboard, because this is really important. When you click on your dashboard here on the left-hand side, this is going to give you a summary of what you have to do for the day, or what you should be doing, or what's been going on. So, it's kind of like notification, I guess you could say, on anything that if you go onto your social medias or your emails or whatever the case is. So you would click here, dashboard, and it can tell you today's calls, how many calls you're scheduled to make. Now, it's only going to tell you how many calls you're scheduled to make, depending on if you told yourself that you have to make these calls, right? So if you scheduled a follow-up for your, clients, then obviously this will show up here. But if you haven't scheduled a follow-up and you're not really making calls, then this will probably say 0. So this is important. And I think that as you continue to use the system more, you will really enjoy it and really like it, because it's going to help you organize yourself. Realtors are busy. I get it. And it's a lot to do. So you want to utilize this system and have it do majority of the work for you so that you can spend your time doing the things that you want to do. And we're fortunate because this is free. So definitely, put yourself into a habit of always, putting notes into your system and having, next steps, like what's your next follow-up with that lead. Okay. KvCore training here. This is great. It's got the courses, it's got the live training as well. You can download the KvCore app if you haven't already done so. Please do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on View Learning Portal because this is important. So all the training and coaching on these sessions are in the core learning. So if you want to, go ahead and do a deep dive in it, I highly recommend you should. There's an agent success plan, there's an admin success plan, lender success plan, there's more courses. You can complete as many as you want. The system is incredible, and it does just so many great things. I'm not going to lie, I haven't had a chance to really get into it even further, but I think it's really important that, if you have some time, you can go through this and just see. You don't necessarily just have to wait for the Tuesday trainings. And I don't think most of you do that. I think a lot of you are taking the initiative in learning and how to use the system. If it's going to better your business, why not, right? So you can find that here. You can also find it through the left-hand side here. If you scroll to support and training, you can click on Learning Portal. They also have a webinar schedule. If I click on webinar schedule, it will pull up inside real estate training events. And in this, you can see they've got the, driving new business. They've got next level strategies. They've got the KvCore basics, plan for week 1 review. They also do, I think they do a live Q&A, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they also have a live Q&A. Excuse me, I talk too much. They do have live Q&A. I saw that somewhere. So you can, click on this anytime. You can schedule it. It's great. They go a bit fast. I'm not going to lie. This is what I used to do before. I used to watch all of these webinars. So it's up to you. You can, go at your own pace. I do believe they have a recording, so you can watch it and pause. Excuse me. So that would be on the left-hand side if you want to do a deep dive, okay? Still on dashboard screen, if I scroll down here, I will see my clients who are interested in what properties. And again, for security purposes, and this call is being recorded, I've changed the names around. So these are not the real names of people, but they are real clients who are looking, and I have to go back and change their name. But you'll see here, Angela Smith, 2 days ago, she's been viewing this property, okay? And she's viewed it, and I'm not sure if you can see, but let me do zoom in. She's viewed it 3 times through her mobile, okay? The one on the left is the desktop, and this is the mobile icon, okay? So she's viewed this 3 times. So she must kind of like this property. So what am I going to do? I'm going to either go into her file, or I can send her a text just from here, or I'm going to call her right away or send her an email. This is like a quick overview of seeing all your leads and what they're doing and what's happening. Sometimes when you have a lot of leads, like over like 8-9 pages of leads, you forget who's on page 8, row 55. So this kind of, brings that back. And again, Mona hasn't done anything. All she's done is set them up on campaigns and search alerts. And now I'm noticing that Angela is very active because she's been looking at it 2 days ago. She's also looked at this property. Jagjit's also interested now. Banish is looking at some properties. So this will help me in finding out, what is it that they're looking at? So I will do a deep dive also into clicking on this where you can view more. But if I click on calls, I should go back to activity. Just one other thing with activity. I'm on all activity. I can go to property views, questions, showing requests, valuations, new leads that come in, new texts, new emails, hot leads, new listings, email events. So these are all, I've clicked on all activities, but you can categorize how you want to view this. Okay. You can click on what the new leads just came in, your new text messages that came in here, new emails, hot leads, and of course your properties. So if I click on properties, this will give me a good overview of, I guess this is from the activity of property views. Yeah. So this will give me an idea of the properties that were viewed, and you can see it says viewed listing. So yeah, that is kind of the same thing as all activity. So let me go back to all activity, which is what I like to keep it at, because I want to see everything what's going on, and I like to just scroll down and just see. Okay, so let me scroll up here. Calls, these are the calls. So I've got 223 that are past due. Bad. Mona needs to make a lot of calls, okay? If you want to snooze it, you can snooze it, or you can go ahead and just call. If I click on call, it will open up the call connect here. And if I hit call now, it will ring to my cell phone and the smart number will dial out to the client. I can click on log call, make my notes, very important. And of course, hit connect. This is a great way of doing it, but the only problem with this way is that I can't do what my next steps are. So I usually like to go into the file itself and then make the calls. Just a little tip. I'm not sure if they're working on fixing that. Okay, so I can do a mass snooze, by the way. Like if this is overdue and I've actually called them and perhaps I used my cell phone and I didn't use the system, I can go ahead and do mass snooze, so all of that will disappear. I can do a mass delete, so all of those tasks disappear. What my tasks are for today, my calendar, I can pull up my calendar. I can pull it up by the week. I can pull it up by the month. I can also pull it up, as in which email I'm using, so which calendar it's synced to. I can go by the months, what's happening in September, October, November. So I can do that as well. And you can sync all of this to your Google Calendar. And then of course, my business gives me a good idea of what's going on in my business. How many contacts do I have? How many are Sphere Plus prospects? How many are new leads? How many are active leads? How many active leads turned into clients, under contract and closed? I'll be honest with you, I'm not the best when it comes to after active leads to change their status to client, which I should do because there's been a lot of clients through the active leads. I've just kind of left it there, but again, bad, not good. You want to stay organized and you want to make sure that they go as clients and you want to make sure that it does close, which they have closed already. So you want to follow through with that, because once they've closed, you want to set up campaigns for them. You want to set up, campaigns of, congratulations when they move into their home, or when it's their 1-year home anniversary, or, just 6 months checking in. How are you doing? How is everything going? Those kind of emails and text messages, those follow-ups, they go a long way. And the system allows you to do this. So why not? Let's just create one. Once you create a customizable email or text message, you can just add that to each contact once they have closed. So again, we can dive deep into doing how to customize your emails on that, but this is a great tool. So this is the dashboard, and it's a lot of information. We look at this sometimes and we think, what is all this? But to be very honest with you, there's a lot here. So take some time and just review it and see, and play around with it and just get used to it. Every morning you should be opening up your KvCore and you should be looking at your activity and what's available for you here and what you need to do. I mean, once I'm done this call, I'm definitely calling Angela Smith. And actually, let me just click on this so you can see something. So if I click on Angela through here, this is the difference of, communicating through the dashboard or actually going to the client's profile. So if I'm in the client's profile, I can see here some more information and I can see everything together through the timeline. Okay, so I've seen that she's been viewing these properties. She's interested. She's also interested in the Barrendale property. And when I click here, view, I can see that she's actually viewed this property quite a few times. She's opened it on August the 20th at 1:32, again at 3:15, again at 8:57, again at 11:44 the next day. So this is something she's definitely interested in. And this took place on August the 20th. I need to give her a call and find out, what's going on. Let me know how I can help you with this. What's your next steps? So by doing that, I can click on the new call. And this is where I was saying I prefer to go into the actual client profile, because once I hit call, I can log the information, and right on the same tab, I can click my schedule follow-up with her. So, maybe we're going to go take a look at that Barrendale house over the weekend, or maybe in the next couple of days. I can then go ahead and set the date time of when we're planning to do our meetup or our call, whatever the case is. By clicking on the date, you can click OK, then the time will automate. So maybe I do that at 9:30 a.m., click OK, and then I can make my notes here, whatever my notes are. And I can also sync this to my Google Calendar. Okay, and I want to sync it to my Google Calendar so that it can remind me. So go schedule call, and there you go. Now it's in here. Okay, you can also take a look at the profile details here. We can take a look at the alerts. What are the alerts that she set up on? Her files, transactions, tasks. So sometimes in the timeline, if you don't want to schedule a call with her, you may want to schedule a task. So a task may be that we're going to go for showing. So maybe I can label it showing number 1, right? So I'm going to click on add task, because it's not a phone call, but I'm going to say that it's going to be, house shopping day 1 that we went on. What are the details? Where are we going? What homes am I showing her? I can add that in here. So that way, when I go to my timeline, of Angela, I will see here what properties we went to go see. And I can also make a note in there and say, she liked this property, she didn't like this property. Why did she like this one? Why didn't she like that? Because when you're working with, 5, 6, 8 clients at one time, I'm sorry, I don't remember what client number 2 liked about property number 3, so these are great ways to stay organized and put your notes in here. If you do this on a daily basis, I guarantee you're going to close a lot of deals. It's just a matter of being organized, utilizing everything that the system is offering you and maximizing it. So, again, take some time, just take a look at this, like your leads in here, play around with them, see what you like, see what you don't like, see if your clients are set up on search alerts. If they're not, maybe active campaigns. I also actually wanted to touch base on this as well, was the market report. So last time we discussed a little bit about property alerts and active campaigns and market reports. this is important for everybody to also have an idea on how to do these automations. They're very, very helpful, and they help clients in figuring out how and what they're looking at. And you can view and see what they have seen already. So we can do a deep dive in this. We actually have some time. So let me do that. Let's go to alerts. Well, let's go to my fake person that I had in here. Contact. Her name is, so 1 second. What was it? Mona Smith. Okay, so, okay, Mona Smith, here we go. So this is Mona Smith, which is totally fake lead. And what Mona Smith is interested in. Okay, so detached home, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and 3,000 square foot home. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on alerts. Okay, so we're gonna go here where it says alert 1 not set up and alert 2 not set up. So you can set up 2 alerts for them. So let's go to, we're on alert number 1. Okay, so areas, what are the areas that we want to show Mona Smith? We want to show Mona Smith homes in, let's say, I'm from Mississauga, so I'm going to say Mississauga. I'm going to go ahead and pick neighborhood Mississauga. And there's also city Mississauga. And there is another neighborhood, Mississauga Valleys. I'm not going to pick that. I'm just going to pick those 2. Okay. Or I can draw a map. Okay. So if I click on draw map, I can enter Mississauga. Sorry, 1 second. Let's go back. Let me just write. Wonder why that's not working. Maybe enter address. Oh, okay. So let me enter, hold on, let me enter. Oh, I know, hold on. This is so weird. Well, I know that this is where I want to be in Mississauga. Usually this works, so I'm not sure why it's not working right now, but this is the Mississauga area. And if I want to draw, I can go ahead and draw on the area. So I can pick, let's say here to here, to here, to here, and right there. And I can go ahead and click on apply. Now we have a map for the selection for the alert, okay? And the listing type, I can pick commercial, condos, farm, industrial, multifamily, single family, townhomes. So let's say I pick on a single family, okay? Price range, don't want to do anything over 1.4 million, okay? Unfortunately, that's, kind of the going rate here in Mississauga for single family homes. So let's say bedrooms, 3+, baths, 3+, and I'm going to leave maybe square footage, acres, the year it was built away. I can put that in if I want to. I can also put in here, how frequently do I want this to be sent out to my client? Do I want it to be sent out once a week, twice weekly, twice a month, or monthly, daily, ASAP, or never? Okay, so I'm going to say I want it to be sent out daily. I want this person to see these, especially if they're interested in purchasing something and they've expressed that they want to get some listings and kind of view what should they see. So I'm going to click on daily. And if their partner would also like to be CC to that email, we can always take their email address and add it here. When I click on set alert, It's going to show me what is available for Mona Smith in the Mississauga area with the criterias that we picked. So nothing, well, this one populated, yeah, well, yeah, of course. So nothing over 1.4 million. Okay, so this is what you can see in the area. If I click on view all, this is what the client is going to see. Okay, the client can view it through the map. The client can view it through the listings on the side here. They can also change the view. They can click it as grid if they prefer. Okay, so this is what the grid looks like. Okay, if they don't want to see the actual map there, or they can change it to list. Okay, and then they can see the listing this way as well. Now let's just click on one, view details, so we can see what do they see when they look at it. So this is what they'll see. This is a property, okay, 911 3rd Street for $1 million. Yep, welcome to Mississauga. So this is what you will see here. If you scroll down, you can see you know, what the information is. It's in a beautiful neighborhood, Lakeview. Okay, it's a raised bungalow, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Okay, they can also see that the listing is provided courtesy of Remax West, and it's Canadian Real Estate Association is where the data source came from. On the right-hand side, they see who sent this to them. Your agent, Mona Karda, with my picture and my phone number. So remember, episode 1, edit your profile, make sure you have your picture in there and your phone number, your cell phone, so that they can call you directly if they are interested in this property, or they can click save. If they click save, they're going to be asked to put in their information here. Now I'm on it as somebody who's not registered. So this is not what they would see if the person is already registered onto your website. Okay, they clicked save and it's already a lead. They would just be able to click save and you would see the back end. Okay, you can share this on Facebook. So, you know, let's say your client really likes this, they can share it on their Facebook, they can share it on Twitter, Pinterest, whatever it is. But this is what they would be seeing. Okay, you want to tell all your clients to log into your website. Okay, you want them to register. So that way, every time that they come back to your website, they're not going to see login here. They're going to see their name. It will say Mona Smith. That's what they would see if that was the contact that's logging in. Okay, let's go back. So here's our listings, everything that everyone's seen, or sorry, what Mona is set up for. We can click on email recent results, or we can text the recent results. So if I click on text, oh, sorry. If I click on text, it'll say, I think you might be interested in these listings. So they'll take all of those listings and put it in a link, okay? Your link cannot be shared with another person who has KvCore, because the whole point of the link is you want clients to click it and become leads into your system, or to show you, whoever is the owner of that KvCore, what activity is being done. Okay, so you can say, I think you might be interested in these listings. If you don't like the verbiage, you can pick other pre-populated ones. Maybe you might have your own that you want people to use, and you can just go ahead and click send at the end there. Sorry, click send at the end. Okay, or you can do it via email, depending. So here's your link, and then you can go ahead and type in whatever you would want your message to be, and you can click send. Okay. You can copy the link, and you can copy the link and maybe send it another way. I'm not sure. You know, maybe you want to send it to Mona through WhatsApp, you know, so she can click on the link through WhatsApp. There's other ways of sending links, not just through email and text message. It's your way of communicating with them and how you communicate with them. I just recommend however way you do, just continue to use the same form, just because once you start talking to somebody on email, then text, and then LinkedIn, then, you know, maybe you're on WhatsApp, like there's so many different conversations with the same person. Try to keep it consistent in one place. So that is how you set up a search alert via map, and what it looks like. I was going to go into the market reports and active campaigns, but I think I'm going to leave that for next week because I do want to open it up to questions. So thank you, everybody.